Good morning, my soil fam. I just wanted to take you along with me this morning and share with you my morning chicken care ritual. So it's about 6 in the morning. I make them a caffeine-free herbal tea. They're also offered clear water as well, so they can have the tea, water, or both. You have to come along for the rest. This is an old container that I had of some clam chowder, and it's a little over a pound, so their food is measured out. They eat about a pound of food per day. Also add crushed garlic for immune system support. See, I head on over to the coop, and you can hear them. They're already making noise because they want to get out of there. So they get their tea here, and then their clear water is over on that side. So now I'm gonna let these sweet babies out, and I have to close the gate behind me because if I don't, they'll be out and about, and we are not ready for that yet. I just saw a squirrel up on the line up there. I'm not sure about squirrels and chickens, but say good morning, girls. Say good morning. And their house gets pretty messy overnight, and so I definitely have to clean things up. Oh, it's not so bad this morning. All right. So I have their container of food, and I'm moving slow because I'm trying to do all this with one hand. So I put a little food here, and then I have their oyster shells because they need that, and then I use this one for the rest of the food, so they have food inside and outside. And this is the whole morning ritual, and then I clean their house out over there, and then I let them out into the yard where I can keep an eye on them. And they have their own radio, so I will turn on their little radio here. It's a little pocket radio that I have hanging here. It was $10 on Amazon, so those little sounds can be soothing for them. It's house cleaning time, which I do every day, and so I'm going to go ahead and clean this out, add some new bedding, and that's the morning chickadee ritual. Say good morning, girls. Say hello there. And then I let the babies out into the yard so I can keep an eye on them. Those that don't know, this is their enclosure, and inside I have their coop inside. This is the little, it's a little aviary, I guess that's what they would call it. A roosting bar here, and that would be their sleep area. Is actually 2 stories, so there's one on the bottom and one on the top, and there's 2 nesting boxes up top, 2 on the bottom, although they like to only be on the top, and they all like to be in the same area together. And so that's that. Oh, there's eggs in there, and there are eggs in there. So there is that. So they have all this area to run around. They can go all the way around the whole coop. I live in the city, so I have to keep them enclosed unless I'm watching them to keep them safe. And now it's time for my garden inspection. The first thing I'm going to do is harvest these red strawberries before the bird's up. Something already got to this one. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take these off and just kind of let them ripen the rest of the way on the counter or something. And I'll probably harvest some more of that celery. You see how fast that grew back? And then I like to check all the undersides of my leaves and make sure there's no bugs on them. Uh-oh, where's the other one? I only see 3 of the girls. The other one is probably somewhere she's not supposed to be. This is why I have to keep an eye on them. See, she likes to move on her own, so I really have to keep an eye on this one because she is a busybody. Come on. She is a busybody and likes to do her own thing. So usually when they are out here, I have to keep an eye on them because there are cats that walk the fence line, and we saw a possum in our driveway. So definitely have to keep an eye out. And look how big these tomatoes are getting. Like, they have really, I don't know if you can see them good. They are getting so tall and they have really spread out. So I will probably get some water on some things this morning. And look at my corn. It is coming along. So again, I'm gonna get some water on some things. I'm just gonna do some inspections, make sure there's no bugs crawling on anything. I'm still doing some cleaning out so that I can replant. Like I took out the Chinese red mustard. I took those out. They were starting to go to seed. I'm gonna go ahead and harvest these. As you can see, this one is starting to go to seed too. So usually what I do is I just pull that off before the flower actually opens. And then it'll continue a little bit longer, but I am gonna harvest those and do some watering. I think I'm gonna drop some bone meal on my onions. They are doing really, really well. So I'm gonna drop a little bone meal on those and some water. And then I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to plant in this little container. I was thinking my sugar baby watermelon, because I only have a couple of plants, but to me they're still small right now, but that's what I want to use this container for. Look at this grapevine though. Every day I come out here, it's more clusters on here. So I am super excited. That's gonna be so awesome. I mean, they are all over this grapevine. The other one here, it's still growing taller, so it's just establishing its root system and getting acclimated to its environment, because I had this in a pot for a long time, so I never got grapes on it because apparently it was not enough root space. So it's doing really well. This one over here, I actually had this one in a large pot, and I did get some grapes off of it last year, but this season looks like it's going to be a lot more. So these are my sunflowers that I have in these cinder blocks. I have 2 here, 1 here, and then 2 here. So I'm just going to keep the tallest of the 2 and the ones that have 2 in them. But they're all looking really good, so hopefully they do well. And look at the curly kale. It seems to be doing so much better since I moved it from that raised bed and put it into this grow bag. Maybe it wasn't enough root space, I don't know, but it is doing so much better. And I have a bunch of onions and garlic in there also. Some of them haven't come up yet. So here is my celery harvest. I cut it all the way down. I still have one more large one back there, and then I still have a few here. I think I'm gonna leave that one in there. And this is all the scraps. So that's gonna go into my fermented plant fertilizer bucket. And now I'm gonna go inside and get this chopped up and placed in the freezer. And when it's egg laying time, they just head back on in, and they let you know when they want to get back out into the yard for sure, because they're going to make a ton of noise. So she's already headed back in, so she's probably getting ready to go in the nesting box shortly. The other girls are still out here running around. So the others are heading back in, so I guess they are done for the morning. They're going to go into the nesting boxes and do their thing, and so I'm going to head back inside, guys. Thanks for watching. Have an amazing day. Happy gardening, everyone.